You're standing in a crowded coffee shop. The air hums with voices, clinking cups, the hiss of steaming milk. Everyone's moving, talking, smiling. And you're just there. Your chest feels tight. Not angry, not sad, just out of place. Like you're watching a movie you don't belong in. You don't hate these people. You just don't want to be here. Not now. Maybe not ever. It's a quiet age. A whisper in your head saying, "Why does this feel so heavy?" If you've ever stood in a moment like this, you're not broken. You're not strange. You're just you. This isn't about disliking people. It's about something deeper, something truer. The world's loud, chaotic, always demanding more of you. More smiles, more words, more energy. And sometimes you just want to step back, to breathe, to find something quiet, something real. If you've ever felt this pull, you're not alone. There's a reason it feels this way. 5 reasons, actually. Not to fix you, not to change you, just to help you see why. If you've ever felt this ache, leave a small sign below. Not for fame, not for likes. Just to help this reach someone else who needs a moment to pause. Like you. Reason 1. You crave depth, not noise. You're at a friend's party. Music's blasting. People are laughing, shouting over each other. Someone's telling a story about their weekend. Another's complaining about work. You nod. You smile. But inside, you're drifting. The words bounce around, but they don't land. It's all just noise. You don't want this. You want something real. A conversation that cuts through the surface. One that makes you feel seen. Small talk feels like a trap. It's endless. How's work? Nice weather. You see that game? You answer, but your mind's elsewhere. You're thinking about something bigger, something heavier. Why are we even here? What's the point of all this chatter? You don't want to talk about nothing. You want to talk about something that matters. But that's rare. So rare, it hurts. It's not that you're above it. You're not arrogant. You just feel things deeply. You notice the gaps, the moments where words could mean more, but don't. You'd rather sit in silence with one person who gets it, than laugh loudly with a crowd that doesn't. And when you don't find that depth, it's exhausting. Like you're spending energy on a game you didn't sign up for. Stoics knew this. They said, focus on what's in your control. You can't make every conversation deep. You can't force people to meet you where you are. But you can choose where to spend your attention. You can say no to the noise. You can seek the quiet, the real. It's not about avoiding people. It's about protecting what you value. Depth, truth, connection that doesn't fade. Stop for a second. Breathe. Notice how your mind feels when you imagine a moment of quiet. Just you. No expectations, no chatter. That's what you're craving. Not isolation, just clarity. You've tried to fit in. You've gone to the parties, the happy hours, the group chats that never stop buzzing. And every time, you leave feeling empty. Like you gave more than you got. You're not antisocial. You're just selective. You want meaning, not just motion. And that's okay. The world won't tell you it's okay. It'll say you're too serious, too quiet. But you know better. You know what feeds you. This craving, it's not a flaw. It's a signal. It's your mind saying, this isn't enough. And it's right. You don't need to change. You just need to listen. To honor that pull towards something deeper. Maybe it's a late night talk with a friend who listens. Maybe it's a book that hits you hard. Maybe it's just sitting alone with your thoughts. Whatever it is, it's yours. Hold it close. The Stoics would say, let go of what you can't control. You can't make every moment profound, but you can choose which moments to chase. You can walk away from the noise. You can seek the quiet. And when you do, you'll find something. Not happiness, not success, just peace. The kind that stays. Reason 2. Your energy is finite. It's Friday. Your phone buzzes. A group text. Happy hour tonight. You in? You stare at the screen. Your stomach twists. You don't hate your friends. You don't hate fun. But the thought of another loud bar, another night of shouting over music, it feels like a weight. You're already tired. Not physically, mentally, emotionally. Like you've got nothing left to give. You say no. Again, they don't get it. You're always bailing, they say, and you feel it. The guilt, the doubt. Why can't you just go? Why can't you be normal? But deep down you know, every yes to them is a no to yourself, to your quiet, to your sanity, and you're running low on that. Your energy isn't endless, nobody's is, but yours, it's precious. You feel every interaction, every word, every forced smile. It's like you're handing out pieces of yourself and getting nothing back. A 2-hour party can leave you drained for days, not because you're weak, because you're aware. You notice everything, the tone in their voice, the look in their eyes, the way the room feels off. Stoics understood this. They said, guard your inner citadel, your mind, your peace. You can't control how loud the world is. You can't control what people expect, but you can control where you spend your energy. Every choice is a trade. A night out might cost you a week of focus. A quick chat might cost you an hour of calm. You're not stingy, you're just careful. Pause. Right now. Feel your shoulders. Are they tense? Your jaw. Is it tight? That's your body telling you you're carrying too much. Too many voices. Too many demands. You don't have to answer them all. You don't have to show up for everyone. You can choose. You can say, not today. You've tried pushing through. You've gone to the events, stayed longer than you wanted, laughed when you didn't feel it. And every time you paid for it. A headache, a fog in your head, a feeling like you're less. You're not built for endless socializing. And that's not a weakness, it's a truth. Your energy is finite, and you get to decide where it goes. The world won't make it easy. It'll call you distant, flaky, cold. Let it. You know what's at stake. Your clarity, your focus, your ability to think, to create, to just be. Every time you say no, you're saying yes to something bigger. A morning where you wake up clear. An evening where you feel whole. That's worth protecting. Stoics would not. They'd say, don't waste your strength on what doesn't matter. People's opinions, out of your control. Their invitations, not your duty. Your energy, that's yours. Guard it. Spend it on what fills you. A quiet walk, a deep conversation, a moment alone with your thoughts. That's where you find your power. Reason 3. You sense the mask others wear. You're at a work meeting. Everyone's nodding, smiling, saying the right things. But you see it. The guy across the table, his smile doesn't reach his eyes. The woman next to you, her laugh feels forced. It's like they're all playing parts, wearing masks. And it makes you uneasy. You don't want to play along. You just want something honest. You notice these things. Always have. The way someone's tone shifts when they're hiding something. The way their words don't match their face. It's not that you're judging. You're just aware. And it's exhausting. Because you can't unsee it. You can't unfeel it. Every fake smile, every veiled jab, it lands like a pinprick. And you wonder, is anyone here real? It's not everyone. Some people are open, genuine. But they're rare. Most wear masks. Not to hurt you, just to get by, to fit in, to avoid conflict. You get it. You've worn masks too. Said, I'm fine, when you weren't. Laughed at a joke that wasn't funny. But it feels wrong, like you're betraying yourself. And when you're around others doing the same, it's suffocating. Stoics would say, accept people as they are. You can't control their masks. You can't make them honest. But you can choose who gets your trust. You can step back from the ones who feel off, not out of anger, not out of superiority, just self-preservation. You don't need to call them out. You don't need to fix them. You just need to protect your peace. Stop, breathe. Think of someone you trust, someone who doesn't hide. How does that feel? Light, right? That's what you're searching for. Not perfection, just truth. And it's okay to walk away from the rest. To say, this isn't for me. You've tried to ignore it. To tell yourself you're overthinking. But you're not. Your gut knows. It's been right before. That friend who turned cold. That co-worker who gossiped. You saw the signs, and you paid for ignoring them. Now, you're cautious. Not because you're bitter, because you're wise. You know not everyone deserves your time. The world won't reward this. It'll say, you're too picky, too distant. Let it. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to live authentically. To find the few who don't wear masks. The ones who say what they mean and mean what they say. They're out there. And until you find them, it's okay to keep your distance. To choose solitude over pretense. Stoics would agree. They'd say, don't let others' facades pull you from your path. You can't control their honesty, but you can control yours. Be real, even if it's quiet, even if it's alone. That's your strength. That's your freedom. Reason 4. You fear being misunderstood. You're at a bar with friends. Someone asks you a question. You answer, but it comes out wrong. Too blunt, too quiet. Their face changes. A raised eyebrow, a half smile, and your stomach drops. Did you offend them? Did you sound weird? Your mind's already replaying it, dissecting every word. You want to explain, but you don't. You just shrink. This happens too often. You say something, and it lands wrong. Or you don't say enough, and they think you're cold. You're not trying to be difficult. You just think differently. Your mind's always turning, seeing angles others don't. And when you try to share it, it's like speaking a language they don't understand. So you hold back, because being misunderstood, it stings. It's not just words, it's you. You worry they won't get you. Your quietness, your need for space, your way of seeing the world. What if they think you're boring, arrogant, broken? So you overthink, you rehearse what to say, how to act, but it's exhausting, like you're auditioning for a role you don't even want. Stoics would say, you can't control how others see you. Their judgments, their assumptions, not your burden. You can only control your actions, your truth. Speak it, live it. If they don't understand, that's on them, not you. Let go of the need to be seen. It's heavy, and it's not yours to carry. Pause right now. Imagine saying exactly what you think. No filter, no fear. How does that feel? Scary, but freeing, right? You don't have to please everyone. You don't have to be understood by all. Just be. That's enough. You've been burned before. A joke that fell flat. A comment that got twisted. A moment where you opened up and they didn't get it. It left a mark. Now, you're careful. You measure your words. You avoid the spotlight. Not because you're weak. Because you're protecting something. Your heart, your peace. And that's not cowardice. That's strength. The world won't make it easy. It'll say you're too sensitive, too serious. Let it. You know what it costs to be misread, to feel like you don't belong. But here's the truth. Not everyone will get you, and that's okay. The ones who do, they're worth waiting for. They're worth showing up for. Until then, it's okay to stay quiet. To choose safety over exposure. Stoics would nod. They'd say, focus on your own virtue. Be honest. Be kind. Be you. If others misjudge, that's their story, not yours. You don't need their approval, you need your own. And when you give it to yourself, you'll feel it. A quiet power. A steady calm. Reason 5. Solitude is your anchor. It's late. The world's quiet. You're alone. Maybe on your couch. Maybe staring out a window. No voices, no demands. Just you. And for the first time all day, you feel light. Like you can breathe. Like you can think. This isn't loneliness. This is home. This is where you find yourself. You don't hate people. You just need this. This stillness. This space. It's where your mind settles, where your thoughts make sense. The world's too loud, too fast. But here, in this quiet, you're whole. You're clear. You're not running. You're not hiding. You're just being. Others don't get it. They say you're distant, withdrawn. They don't see what solitude gives you. It's not empty. It's full of ideas, reflections, truths you can't find in a crowd. You're not escaping life. You're diving into it. The real parts, the parts that matter. And when you're here, you're strong. Stoics knew this. They said, retreat to your inner world, not to flee, but to recharge, to remember who you are. You can't control the chaos outside, but you can control this. This moment, this quiet, it's yours, and it's powerful. It's where you build your strength, your clarity, your freedom. Stop, right now. Close your eyes, feel the air, the silence. Even if it's just a second, notice it. This is yours. This is what you're protecting. Not because you're broken, because you're whole. And you know it. You've tried to be what they want. The social one, the loud one, the one who's always there. And it didn't work. It left you drained, lost, like you were betraying yourself. So you stopped. You chose this. Not because you're afraid, because you're honest. You know what you need, and you're not ashamed of it. The world will call it weird, antisocial. Let it. You know the truth. Solitude isn't a weakness. It's your anchor. It's what keeps you steady when everything else is spinning. It's where you find your voice, your purpose, your peace. And no one can take that from you. No one. Stoics would smile. They'd say, embrace what makes you strong. You don't need the crowd. You don't need the noise. You need what brings you back to yourself. And if that's solitude, then hold it tight. It's not about shutting out the world. It's about choosing what lets you live. Closing reflection. You don't need to love crowds. You don't need to hate them either. You just need to know what brings you back to yourself, to your clarity. Maybe it's a quiet room, a walk alone, a single conversation that feels true. Whatever it is, it's yours, and it's enough. The world will keep spinning, it'll keep shouting, demanding, pulling, and you can step back. Not to hide, not to quit, just to breathe, to choose, to live on your terms, not theirs. That's not weakness, that's power, the kind no one can touch. Tomorrow, when the noise starts again, what will you choose? A moment of quiet, a step away from the chaos, or just a single breath to remind you who you are? Whatever it is, it's yours. Hold it close and let the rest fall away.